Well, hello, this is your host and Admiral Eric of the Army of Gmodism for the Gmodism channel. This is the Trials Season 2, and if you're new here, we're trying to find the best possible anti-air missile. And our commissioned officers and enlisted in the Army of Gmodism has sent in some different variants which we're testing against each other, and the winner will get some nice rewards. This is Matros 3rd class Bub's Kotobuki missile system, which, to remind you, sports active radar and incendiary warheads with proximity fuses. A pretty safe setup, but with short range thrusters. If you haven't seen that, check the other videos in this little testing. We are basically testing them on a timer. So the enemies has been spawned and the timer is running. First out is the Felix Geiger, the Duster and the Shrike. Looks like Kotobuki will fire at... oh, we change targets. It will first fire at the Geiger. Looks like the Geiger shoots down the incoming missiles, unfortunately. Now, the first test here is to overwhelm the contestant's missile system and also pitch it against a very light Civs cannon. So many aircraft can have a light Civs cannon, so it can be a good idea to make your setup be able to get through something small like that by moving erratically or what not. The targets here we have set up, all of them are fairly easy to shoot down. So we are going to see how long time it takes for our Matros 3rd class Bub's design to take him on. First missile has landed a hit. Now the Geiger's Civs cannon is doing a pretty decent job at keeping the missiles at bay, unfortunately for the Kotobuki missile launcher. Now a few more shells come in here and we have fires at all sorts of areas. The wing is damaged. If it hits the water, it will also be considered disabled. Interesting. I'm wondering... Whoa, 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 look at that. That went pretty quickly. We got fire in the wrong spot, it seems like, and now the Shrike is being targeted. The Shrike is not having anything to try and deal with enemy systems like this. So this is gonna be most likely a much quicker dealing. We have fires here and there. The Shrike has a fire problem. Let's just say that. Next volley is popping in here. And the Shrike is losing control. There it goes. Now we only have the Duster left. And let's get to it. The missile model that our Matros Bub has set up looks absolutely amazing. I love those little rockets. Look at that. The Duster is spinning out of control and we are... bam! There we go. Timer stops at 3 minutes and 10 seconds. Very nice. Next out, we will be testing it against a slightly more difficult target, which is the flying squirrels. So timer and squirrels are being put into action. The squirrels are notoriously hard to hit. They are so quick and erratic in their movement that most missile systems you throw against them, well, basically just evade. I love this little golden line here in the middle. That looks really nice. All right. Is this squirrel we have decided to target, I wonder? We seem to have a bit of a range problem with the short-range thrusters. But ooh, those proximity fuses hit pretty well. Oh, whoa. How did the other squirrels die? That's 57 seconds. How did that happen? Did they collide? Or did they get... Well, that's strange. Well, that was very quick. So, amazing, nice. I hope it was the missiles and not an in-air collision. There is always, of course, a bit of luck when we test these things. That's why we have 7 rounds. But we can't test each thing many rounds. That will take too long time. This is... well, at least I tried to make a smaller little tournament to start with. 57 seconds it is, yeah. Good. Anyways, I tried to... the season 2 is a bit like smaller and lighter because the season 1 of the trials was very extensive. It took a long time to complete. So I wanted this to be a little bit more simple. So I'm trying hard to keep to the simple. Next out we have the lightning hoods static. And looks like those short-range missiles, they do a lot of damage. It's something with them making a bit more fire damage than a lot of other contestants. When they hit though, we do have a bit of a hit problem, it seems like. Timer is at 40 seconds. New volley is coming in. Oh, we are missing some there. Here we can see a example where the static from the lightning hood is pretty quick and just evades some of those missiles, not being able to turn in time. And there it goes. We stopped the timer at 1 minute and 30 seconds. Alright, so now we have done the 3 first tests at 3000 meters. The difficulty will be increased a notch, and now we are going to spawn in my old nemesis, the Hake Squadron, at 5000 meters. Oh, wait, and we also need another one of these. There we go. It should of course be 2 of them. So the Kotobuki has duplicated itself, and the Hake Squadron is now spawned in at a distance. We are awaiting their arrival due to our limited range with short-range thrusters. Timer is of course running, and well, the first Hake is closing in. The reason why one of the Hakes is an old nemesis of mine is of course that it was really difficult for me to, when I started to play the game, to make something that beat it. Now it looks like some of the missiles missed there. Oh, there we got some hits. I do think the Hake Squadron uses radar decoys. So when they drop their flares, we're probably not doing a great job at hitting them. Most likely. By the way, can we just appreciate the beautiful rocket design that Matros Thirklat Bab put together on the Kotobuki? It looks like a real rocket propellered grenade, like a proper RPG. And not a role-playing game, it's a rocket propeller grenade, of course. Complex this. RPG is something that I think we have missed in the dictionary on the Steam Workshop. If you want to know what all the acronyms means, go to my Steam Workshop and check out the dictionary. You can find links to it on the Gmodism.com homepage, where I made life simple for you. Thank me later. Get educated today. Anyways, when the decoys are not dropping, it looks like we're doing a pretty decent job at hitting him, but the Hake is considerably better equipped against stuff like incendiary, it seems like. the fire just doesn't stick as long. Now this is something we have targeted. It is now burning slightly. Looks like we're switching target left and right here. All of the hakes are damaged, however, which is probably a good idea. I suspect their local weapon controllers have a kind of short range of action. So they thus switch target to whatever is more close. Time has already passed 3 minutes. That's not good. That means we are not in the top. The previous results were among the better ones recorded, I think, but except the first one, that was in the middle here. But I think this time for the hake isn't super fast, if I recall correctly. Gonna see here. Is any one of the hakes disabled? They are indeed not. All of them are still alive and, well, perhaps not well, but something along those lines. 73% one of them are. Let's see if we hit this hake in the air here. Oh, it's probably... Oh, that one is down. Hake, well, wing, whatever, is disabled. 3 hakes are left, and the timer is running 4 minutes and 12 seconds. And now this hake is on fire too. None of the hakes are remotely in a good shape, let's just say that. But every time they get hit, they are surprisingly resilient. Looks like the incendiary on the Kotobuki system isn't the strongest to date, we could say. If the hakes hit the water and are unable to get out of there, it will be counted as a GG, game over rather, for them. So we'll see what happens with the last hake here. We got another one falling through from the sky. No, that was an old one. One is at 80. One is at 81%. Yes, Commander Gadiforms and Corporal Cod is still in the air. Looks like the one we are following here is the one not being targeted at the moment. So we're gonna switch over here. Just dropped a decoy, but well, looks like that... Looks like it's... No, I thought it would go down. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. We got one left. 81%. Timer has passed 5 minutes. Okay, we are closing in on 6 minutes. 3, 2... No, okay. Bam, it's not gonna get out of there. 5 minutes and 53 seconds is the ending result for the hake squadron. So, well, that draws down the total stat, but we'll see all in all if it will be among the top ones or not when we're done the 3 following tests. Well, difficulty is only increasing for here, or that's the theory at least. Next up we have the Gannet Squadron, so I will spawn it and click on the, well, timer starter button. I have a timer on my stream deck, so because it's not in game, I can't pause the game. We could run this in like battle test mode too, but I don't know, but I don't think I can, like... Whoa! No, what are they doing? They didn't crash completely into each other. Well, anyways. Here is the Gannet Squadron. They are supposed to be more difficult because they are superfast. They go 188 meters per second, which is fucking insane. But that's what we do. So this is what we are testing it with. And so far, most of the contestants were able to beat it not that difficultly, but it depends, of course. I suppose that all our contestants have made sure that our missile systems are fast enough to hit some of the game's faster, well, airplanes, because, well, they may have suspected we would have tested them against that, even though we did not make this public. So let us look at this here. Oh yes, 86. All of them are somewhat damaged, but I do suspect that this 78 damaged one is mostly due to, well, that initial little steel strider maneuver mishap, where our bloodstone, well, less skilled pilots decided to do a little wing hug in air at 188 meters per second. This song sounds like several songs at the same time, kinda. It's a bit of a cacophony. 76%. Well, the timer has passed 2 minutes and 40 seconds. None of them are dead yet. I think the Kotobuki's missiles are very cool looking. I like them. Look at that. Bam! We got the first Gannet down. Which is the next Gannet to be targeted. Here we go. Ooh, they are so quick that when we are flying this close, they are just evading being hit there a little bit. I do wonder if their decoys may be radar decoys as well. Of course, that helps them. Oh, but now we got a few. Oh yeah, they are losing speed when we're getting close there, but we got a few hits here. You can see, oh bam, this is a bad fire. I think their fuel storage got up in flames, ladies and gentlemen. Last Gannet, 4 minutes has passed. Oh, and we got to fire, but just at the edge of the wing here. New missiles are popping in. There we go, a new fire, 90%. If it hits the water, we know for a fact it's not going to get out of there. So in that case, the timer will be stopped as well. 88%. The fire has gone out though. Looks like it's doing a decent job at evading here. Oh, but no. The proximity fuses is really a lifesaver. I don't think anyone has skipped the proximity fuses for this little challenge. Look at that. Ooh. 86%. Well, the timer is past 5 minutes. Oh well. Having 2 5-minute entries in this makes us not be in the top. That we can already conclude. It feels like the Kotobuki missile launcher system. By the way, I had to look up what the hell is Kotobuki, because you may know that I do know some Japanese, so I was like, that's obviously Japanese. What does it mean? Apparently, it's a type of folklore chimera, consisting of all of the zodiacs of the well, the Chinese zodiacs, of course. Then So that's a bit fun. Ooh, almost hit the water. 82%. This Gannet is just teasing the Kotobukis with you can't touch me. But now we have fire all over the place, and I suspect they will be able to touch it very soon, unless we decide to touch the water, which we do. 6 minutes and 26 seconds is that result. I don't think it will get out of here. No, yeah, it's stuck. So that's where the timer ends. We're gonna write down the results there and move over to the sixth, you know what I mean, round. That happens to be the Peregrine Squadron. More expensive, basically as fast, and some contestants had an easier time taking this one out, and some had a harder time taking this one out. I don't know why, that's just how it is. Look at that. I just hate you have to cover your stuff in mimics if you want them to be nice looking. Looks like this is gonna have a short lifetime. 93. Oh. Do we have a place? Oh, no. Right, so it kind of looks like the Kotobuki's flame systems are a bit too weak, to be honest. Yeah. Even though they got a good hit there on one of the Peregrines, it's not dead. It's not dead. That's a bit unfortunate. Then I think that the time frame for this will be a bit high. Yeah, you're not gonna reach the target. But awesome looking missile model. I kind of like that missile model. Even though the Kotobuki may not end up as a winner, we may have to find a place and time for this missile launcher. Maybe we could modify it for looks and use it at some place if we would want to, because I think it looks really cool. It is like a very neat looking missile model thing. May need a bit more of a bite, but well, one of the Peregrines is dead. I wonder if it died or if it went out to space or something. Oh, this Peregrine is very much on fire. Okay. Look at that. We only have one left. Thank you. Which is over here. 2 minutes and 30 seconds. It does look like it will be easier to take out the Peregrine Squadron than it was to take out the Gannets for the Kotobuki system. Pilot War Crime. Why, Steel Striders? Why? Oh, it's no, not hitting the water yet. Ain't dead yet. Okay, I think we can hold our finger on the stop the timer button here. Bam, there we go. 3 minutes exactly. Very nice. 3 minutes. Well, that leaves it up to the last and 7th round. So let us then spawn in. We're gonna go over to the Scarlet Dawn. And what we want to spawn is the Hellfire. So Hellfire and clock is being started. And we'll see how quickly we can deal with it. Now this thing has a nice little ability to basically yeet out of the sky when it thinks missiles are incoming, as we will see in a short moment. Kotobuki rocket propelled grenades has been launched, and bam, you can see we try to evade them there, but fortunately Matros third class Bub's Kotobuki system is faster. Unfortunately, they did not seem to stick. I kind of suspect that the incendiary damage in the missiles isn't perhaps using enough intensifier, probably. I'm gonna check that out. When we find the results, the final results when all of the rounds has been held, we can check out what some of the in common things are between the winning systems, and that will basically be a good basis for a knowledge base to how to build good AA missiles. It's just rotating in the air here, but it is doing a decent job at evading and just shitting missiles and pack beams all over the place. This is why the Hellfire can be a quite scary little system. Yeah, we're just spinning around here. Like, what is the Kotobuki doing here? We're trying to hit it, but it's too close. So we're like having a bit of an issue reaching it in time. And the flames, they don't stick for long enough. Wow, okay, yeah, the Hellfire is quite of a challenge. But I think the Kotobuki may be the first AA launcher system that struggles the hardest against this in particular. I think it has that ability to go fast up into space real quickly, and when we use short-range thrusters, a lot of them can miss when we do that tactic. And they just continue up to space. Now the Hellfire is at 88%, and I suspect it lost control. So it may despawn, or it may just do an extra high space dive. Oh yeah, there we go. 3 minutes and 10 seconds is the final results for the 7th and last round here. Right, I'm gonna do some calculations. Well, I have performed the jank math here, and it ends up being 24 seconds. What am I saying? 24 minutes and 6 seconds. It is one of my best favorite looking system. I think it looks great, but the technical data doesn't quite agree. And then we actually probably got one lucky match where the where two squirrels may have collided a little bit there. So it is not in the top. That we can conclude. We basically only have one round left here, but if you're watching this here, just wanted to remind you, have you checked out the From Death podcast? Because you should. I think you'll like it. Well, thanks anyways, and the Matros third class Bub, it is looking great, but well, we'll see which is gonna be in the top. We have one round left, and we're gonna see if that's gonna be the winner or if our previous record will hold up. This is your host Eric, your Admiral of the Army of Gmodism, signing out. Subscribe and like the video, that helps a lot. Also, big thanks to all the commissioned officers in the Army of Gmodism and the Ecclesiarchy, as well as the government of Gmodism, for supporting the channel. Bye.